Hey folks, today's Oldtime Repertoire tune is The Lost Indian from Ed Haley. This is a great tune to get to know the tuning of Calico, which is an A cross tuning with our E string tuned down to a C sharp. Has this beautiful sound. This tune really gets around in this tuning, so it's really going to help us sort of know where to put our fingers on all of the strings. So this is a beautiful three-part tune, and it really is one of the best in this tuning. So let's get into it. The Lost Indian. Before we get started, I'd just like to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, that really helps out. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my Patreon page, there's tons more lessons available there, so check it out. That's at patreon.com/George Jackson. All right, back to the lesson. Okay, this has 3 parts. Let's have a look at the first part. Nice and slowly. That's our A part repeated. Let's have a think about where our notes are with this tuning. So the notes of this tuning, our highest string is C sharp. We've got A where it normally is. Then we have E, our D string tuned upper tone, A, our G string tuned upper tone. If you have a 5 string, I've tuned my C string all the way down to a low A. So we get this beautiful low drone. So where our E string normally would be is where our second finger is back on the E string. So that note there, which would normally be a G note, is now our E note. So that's giving us our 5th. So that's a good point of reference for this open tuning. We're going to be using our second and third fingers on the E string. So in the places where you'd normally hit G and A. So let's have a look at that first phrase. It's going to go like this. I'm going to keep a basic shuffle going on this part, so we have this rhythm going with the bow. And the melody again is... Okay, the answering phrase to that, starting with the same note that we just ended on. There's a couple of different ways that Ed Haley plays that too. I think the one that we should learn is this. So again, starting down low, going to our third finger. Now remembering our third finger on the D string is the unison with the A, open A string. Alright. It's good to keep in mind these little points of reference that kind of connect us to our standard tuning, which is more familiar to us. Okay, so far we have our first phrase. Second phrase. First phrase again. That's our second ending there. Our second ending goes like this. A little bit of a confusing little series there. So that part. And then we're going to start it again. So let's get those 4 phrases going. Here's our first phrase. Second phrase. Third phrase, same as the first. And our last phrase. We can keep a basic shuffle sort of going through that, or you can add some more complex rhythms too if you like. I'm going to just try that with my basic shuffle the whole way through, so join in with me when you can. Our basic shuffle is this rhythm here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's our A part there. Now, let's keep in mind where our unisons are. Because we have our G and our D string both tuned up, they're kind of acting as our normal violin strings in this sense. Our unisons on the fourth finger. The next string, our unisons on the third finger, that's on our D string. Unison hits on the third finger on the D string for the A, and the unison, what was originally our E string, now our C sharp string, is our second finger in the A major position, and then our second finger back is going to be where the fifth is our normal E note. So we're going to be moving from that back position to the forward position quite a lot. Okay. Let's get our B part going. Here's the B part, nice and slowly. Essentially, it's the same phrase repeated 4 times. The only difference is the very first time that we play it, we're going to play our unison C sharp note an extra time. So it goes like this. The first phrase goes like this. Okay, so that's the only time we do that extra C sharp unison, which goes like this. 1, 2. The rest of the time, we just do that note once before we move on. So let's break that phrase up into 2 parts, okay? Our regular phrase without the repeated C sharp note. So the phrase that happens the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th times through. We're going to start on the open D string, which is now tuned to E. If we break that in half, we've got and then and that's repeated. Okay, let's do that together. Remember, it's 4 times. The first time has the extra C sharp note. 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's our B part there. Just a note on bowing, I think this is a good part to give a go at doing that 3-beat bowing that I talk about sometimes, which is this pattern that sounds like this. I call it 3-beat bowing because it has 2 groupings of 3 at the beginning of it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, followed by a grouping of 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So it kind of breaks up our 8 regular subdivisions into 2 groups of 3 and then 1 group of 2 by doing this, right? Short, long, short, long, short, short. Short, long, short, long, short, short, kind of. There we go. So experiment with that in this part. I think it's a really good opportunity to try that bowing. It fits in really well. Let's move on to the C part, our 3rd part, the last part of this tune. It goes like this, nice and slowly. Okay, it's repeated twice. The first phrase goes like this. so try that one more time with me. Now the second half starts on the open string. Okay, so try that second phrase with me. Okay, and the third phrase is the last phrase. So we have 3 phrases in this part and it's repeated twice. The third phrase sounds like this. Okay, third phrase again. First phrase. Second phrase. Last phrase starts on the open again. So all 3. Okay, let's play that together the whole way through at a nice medium tempo just to finish off. I hope you enjoyed learning this tune, and I hope that familiarizes you a little bit with your Calico tuning as well. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and...